today on the Trend Podcast with Press Buttons, we get to see what happened during Hurricane Milton in Florida. Hello, everybody. Thank you for tuning in to the Trend with Press Buttons. I really appreciate you tuning in with me today. So, I'm so glad to be back here today. I've had a whole bunch of things going on for the past few weeks, so I really have not had enough time to do a Trend Podcast. I've not done one in a minute. Now, I'm just so glad that we're here. And yeah, so today we're going to be talking about the Hurricane Milton. And I do want to take just a second just to recognize North Carolina because they got targeted for the hurricane. And I mean, it was bad. Like, I heard, like, literally, it's here. I got pictures here. Yeah, I want to share my screen. I'm going to go and pull up these pictures. I mean, it is destroyed. Okay, here we go. Okay, so here's what it looks like. I mean, just look. Literally, the whole town is underwater. And it just got destroyed. And this is Hurricane Helene. Hurricane Helene's gone. Now we have Hurricane Milton. It just got targeted real good. So anyone who lives in North Carolina, I hope that your family is safe. Please stay safe during these really hard times for the storms. I hope that y'all get everything back, and yeah, I'll be praying for y'all. Okay, we're gonna be talking about Hurricane Milton, and this we're gonna be reading it off of NBC News. And the title of I heard the motorcycle. As Florida reels focus turns to restoring power, assisting victims in Hurricane Milton's wake. Okay, so let's go and see. Okay, I'm gonna go and see what NBC News has to say about this. Restoring power, clearing debris, and distributing fuel are now the top priorities in Florida as the state continues to reel in the wake of Hurricane Milton. More than 1.5 million are without power, and at least 17 fatalities have been confirmed as recovery efforts continue into the weekend. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis said Saturday that efforts are still underway to assist residents and provide resources to hard-hit areas across the state. Parts of western and central Florida continue to face the risk of significant flooding, and creeks and rivers continue to rise. DeSantis said the state is working to address the need for fuel in heavily impacted areas. He said free fuel distribution depots have been opened in Plant City, Bradenton, and St. Petersburg, and officially are in the process of opening more in Hillsborough County and Pinellas County. Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office escorted a convoy of fuel trucks on Saturday evening, according to a video posted by the office on X. Nearly 30% of the Florida's gas stations were without fuel, according to Gas Buddy, a web tool that crowdsources fuel pricing and availability. The Tampa and St. Petersburg area is particularly lacking for gasoline, with 78% of states without fuel. All major highways and bridges in the Tampa Bay area have reopened. Airports across Southwest Florida have also resumed normal operations, except for Sarasota Bradenton International Airport, which DeSantis said is expected to reopen Wednesday. DeSantis said that while the Tampa Bay area was spared forecasters' worst-case scenario of storm surge up to 50 that everyone feared, but what you ended up seeing is just massive on the north side of the storm, huge amounts of water. He said you did have wind, of course, and so that created inland situations where you had a lot of flooding and water continued to rise even after the storm left. President Joe Biden on Friday approved a major disaster declaration for Florida after Hurricane Milton. The approval allows funding to flow for federal assistance programs. Individuals affected in 34 Florida counties and the Miccosukee tribe and Indians in Florida are eligible for federal support for temporary housing, low-cost loans, and other programs, according to a White House news release. Funding will also flow to local government and nonprofits for emergency work. Flooding remains a possibility in parts of the state as river levels are expected to continue rising into next week. Major hurricanes like Milton can dump enormous amounts of rain over land, causing rivers, lakes, and creeks to swell for days and sometimes weeks after the storms made landfall. Milton's rainfall totals in the Tampa area reached 18.31 inches, in St. Petersburg 14.01 inches, in Clearwater Beach, 11.43 inches in Tampa, and 10.12 inches in Seminole. Several waterways in the Tampa area, including the Anclote River, Hillsborough River, Withlacoochee River, Cypress Creek, and Alafia River, reached major flood stage on Saturday, according to the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration. Gosh, there's so much. NOAA has 4 categories to communicate risk to the public in any given location for rising streams. In a major flood stage, the agency expects extensive inundation of structures, roads, with the possible need to evacuate people and transfer property to higher elevations. The Alafia River crested at 24.34 feet on Friday, and while it has begun slowly receding, NOAA forecasts show it will remain in a major or moderate flood stage throughout early next week. The Hillsborough River near Zephyr Hills crested at 17.14 feet early Friday, marking its highest flood level on record. Hillsborough County officials on Friday issued several flood warnings, saying the rising water levels in severe rivers are creating dangerous conditions for residents. Sorry, I was just doing something. Officials in Pasco County said Friday on X that neighborhoods near rivers and lakes were experiencing historical flooding and urged people to immediately leave and seek higher ground. The Pasco County Sheriff's Office said in a Facebook post Saturday that it had assisted about 100 residents in a leafy suburban community off Wesley Chapel Boulevard. The Sheriff's Office was asking the residents to leave low-lying areas. Pasco County Fire Rescue on Saturday conducted a swift water boat patrol, checking water depth and searching for anyone potentially stuck in their houses. A heavy current surged down neighborhood streets with water rising as high as 4 feet, submerging many mailboxes to the top. Street signs poked up from murky depths as the researchers patrolled floodwaters in a candy apple red inflatable boat. Let me make sure I'm still recording. Yes, I am. Okay. Keith March, a captain with Pasco County Fire Rescue, said the current was deceptively strong and had plenty of power to carry people away. When the river is moving, it can move up to 4,000 pounds per square inch, and you can't fight that as a human, March said. The rescues were starting to blur together for the crew, with memories of Hurricane Helene mixing with operations for Milton. We've got lucky. We haven't had to deal with any gators or anything so far, March said. Water levels are expected to continue rising in the coming days, posing a major flood risk in low-lying parts of the county, officials said. Parts of Central Florida are also facing elevated risks of flood due to high water levels in the St. Johns River and Ocklawaha River. So I can't imagine what it would be like to not have any internet and basically just not even have a house anymore. That is very, 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 very sad, and I feel bad for all of them. But yeah, it's absolutely sad to hear about what's going on. But yeah, so yeah, that's going to be it for today, everybody. Thank you so much for listening to the Trend Podcast. Press buttons. God bless y'all, and have a great night, everybody. Bye-bye.